Baseball in the Boroughs is brought to you by Verizon. With my plan, get exactly what you want and only pay for what you need. What up, New York? It's the Subway Series tonight, but the Yankees are going to need a Subway sweep to keep this past weekend's momentum going. Well, Greg Joyce is the New York Post Yankees beat reporter, and he's on the line with us to get us all caught up with the Subway Series from the Yankees side of things. Greg, I see you're already at Yankee Stadium. You're getting ready to be there tonight. I'm going to be at the Drake concert tonight. But either way, we're both about to have a good night tonight. So let's go straight into this thing. Our colleague, New York Post Mike Vaccaro, wrote, "The Yankees need to pounce. The Yankees need to sweep," in his article about the series. So momentum-wise, how big are these next two games for the Yankees?
Yeah, it's big time for the Yankees. They're coming off the sweep of the Royals over the weekend. They got to build on that. Obviously, the Royals are one of the worst teams in baseball. The Mets obviously aren't where they expected to be, but it's still, it's huge for the Yankees to try to build on that momentum, especially with the trade deadline. A week from today, they got to put themselves in a better position to be able to, convince that front office that they absolutely should go buy, kind of fill in some pieces that they need here for the stretch. Obviously, they're counting on Aaron Judge getting back, Nestor Cortez, Jonathan Loáisiga, but they could certainly use some outside reinforcements as well. And winning these two games against the Mets would only help steer them in that direction. They entered the series still 2.5 games back of the final wild card spot. They kind of need all the momentum they can get. Brian Cashman entering the second half called this a sprint. They got off to a 1-5 start on that road trip, but if they're able to kind of help build some momentum here, it's huge, especially with the Orioles and Rays coming up.
Yeah, momentum will be huge. A guy who looks like he's getting his momentum and his juice, Anthony Rizzo. He went 4 for 4 at the plate the other day. So who else needs to step up and show up offensively these next two games?
Yeah, it's Anthony Rizzo, it's Giancarlo Stanton, it's DJ LeMahieu. It's kind of that group of veterans that the Yankees continue to talk about their track record, and that's why they believe that they're capable of turning around. Obviously, they've each kind of shown it in spurts here and there. Stanton has had, of those three guys, has had probably the best start to the second half so far. Gleyber Torres has been their best hitter, over this really for the better part of a couple months here. But that veteran group of guys that are capable of doing it really need to show it for an extended stretch here. So that's Rizzo, Stanton, LeMahieu. Those guys are capable of giving some juice to the lineup, and that's even before Judge gets back. So they really need their veteran guys to step up.
Yeah, when it comes to Stanton, he was at the Drake concert the other day. So if I had a Drake quote for him, it'd go from the song Marvin's Room. I'm just saying you could do better. Carlos Rodon is scheduled to pitch on Wednesday. He hasn't pitched in the Bronx for a while now, and fans could still be feeling some sort of way after the whole kiss blowout there in L.A. So would you say that this is a pressure game Wednesday for the lefty?
Yeah, I think there's certainly some pressure with it, more because of just how his last two starts have gone, more so than the kiss. I thought he handled it, all things considered, fairly well, talking about how he used that to make sure the situation didn't escalate into something bigger. But he said he's, the fan who was heckling him from behind the dugout was right to be angry, and he's angry too. His last two starts have not been anywhere close to what he or the Yankees expected. His first start showed some signs of encouragement, but the last two have been pretty much polar opposite. So, it's tough. He missed pretty much the whole first half of the season. This is kind of still like the beginning of the season for him, but the Yankees can't afford to kind of, ease him in. Like, they need him to get going, pretty quickly here. And so it's a big one for him to try to get back on the right track. I think it's, after his last start, they talked about some mechanical adjustments, some things in his delivery. So they're kind of banking on that because he needs a good one here, coming off the blowing a kiss, but also just to get the Yankees some good footing here as they kind of push towards the trade deadline.
Yeah, let's see if he can bounce back in the Boroughs. And that's a wrap on this edition of Baseball in the Boroughs. Greg Joyce, thanks for joining us, my man.
Thanks, Brandon.